We in the office.
There's a price you pay for the game you play.
Oh!
Oh, first and foremost, if this is your first time coming to kick it with us, we want to say thank you for your support. We appreciate you. If this is your second or third time, you know what it is and you know where you're at, right? Welcome back. I'm Mo,
I'm free.
And I'm saying,
and this is Say It How You Feel. Now, before we hop into the meat and potatoes of the day, right, we want to give our perspective on the the incident, the historical incident that happened here this week, right, or last week. Whenever the fuck it happened, and like it's been something that has been. I was so infuriated by it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's all positive energy and smiles, but at the end of the day, looking at that as an American, as a veteran, somebody who served this country, you motherfuckers. Mm, 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 mm.
oh man,
There's no other way to put it.
Mm.
big facts, big fucking facts. Let's just say it's never about the knee. I'll tell you that. Never about the fucking knee. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I guess this was inevitable in my opinion. It was bound to happen. We just didn't know when. But I'm not gonna lie. Is it wrong for me to say that shit was kind of comical?
Nah, bro, that shit was comical.
I mean, who would have ever thought that a bunch of crazy ass people would just like bum rush through the Capitol and think that they'll get something out of it? They start looting. They start looting the Capitol, and they expect, oh, I'm just gonna go home with this podium. I'm gonna just take this podium home.
I wish that people had that same type of energy when they wanted to do this Area 51 raid. God damn it. That's what I really wish. You know what I'm saying? If y'all was gonna raid some shit, fuck the Capitol. Ain't nothing important
Right?
other than these, you know what I'm saying, bills and these bullshits. Like, where the aliens at? God damn it. If y'all had that same type of energy right now, we know some real ET type shit. But y'all pussied out in the desert.
Mm.
And the only reason why y'all didn't pussy out where y'all was at is because somebody put a battery in your back. And I'm talking about the Don.
Facts.
Don put a battery in their back. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Word.
end of the day, it's the Don, baby. What you thought was gonna happen? He been telling you this shit for the past 4 years. You thought like they was just bullshitting? You thought these motherfuckers just been talking shit out of all the shit that's been happening? Come on, dog.
You know what's crazy?
But
bro?
you know, I guess the rest of us saw it coming, and the people who really should have seen it coming overlooked it, didn't. I just didn't give a fuck. But it's some bullshit. As an American, everybody should be fucking angry right now.
Facts.
Now, what are we gonna do next? What happens? We're pissed off about it, but what's the next move? What's the next step? Does anybody know?
Considering that this hasn't happened in like what?
Ever?
No, this
Like
happened.
this?
It happened before in the 1800s.
Yeah,
It was
but
in the
baby, that was
1800s,
200
like-
years ago. That was
Right. That was my next. That was the next thing I was gonna say. It's been a long time since that's happened, but I mean, we've never experienced anything like this before. And I mean, if there's one thing that this moment right here should teach us is, man, be careful on who you put in that office, man. Just be really careful who you vote in, because who would have known 4 years ago that we would be in this situation? You know, a lot of, like I said before in the last episode, a lot of things has happened. I think I said the last episode, a lot of things has happened so much in 4 years. You would think that it's like 10 years worth of it's 10 years worth of events crammed up in 4 years. And we've never seen so much of a shift in not just our democracy, but our way of life, period.
Mm.
My biggest thing with all of it, right? And I don't know. I like to look at shit from like a outer perspective, right? You got people upset, like, oh my God, he's inciting violence, he's doing this. And I'm just like, this is what really, the straw that breaks the camel's back. This is what y'all get mad about. It took all this for you guys to realize what the fuck was going on. What about all the other shit that was said over the years and everyone was justifying it and defending it? I'm like, this shouldn't surprise nobody. If anything, like I said, it was expected. It's fucking expected. I do not understand. I cannot comprehend or fathom how people are so like they're like stunned about what happened. What the fuck you thought was gonna happen? I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
They thought they thought he was bluffing. They thought he was just bullshitting all this time. They didn't. They underestimated. I'm assuming even though we saw it every day, whether you was looking at the newspaper, CNN, whatever you were on, Facebook, Instagram, you saw something about this man every day for the past 4 years, right? So whether people underestimated his reach or underestimated his power as the leader of the free world, I don't know. But all I know is what occurred should not have occurred, period.
Facts.
Right.
And the fact that now you want to impeach him, now you want to get him out of office. This motherfucker got what, 13 days?
If
less
that.
than 2
Less.
weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, you got to get out of office. Bitch, what the fuck happened about 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been talking this shit, trying to get him out of here. Now you want to
Facts.
ban him on Twitter. Now you want to limit free speech. You know what I'm saying? I'm against that, the whole limit free speech. Because if now it's like who controls like what can you
Right.
say? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
How
So-
far
mean,
will it go?
When you look at the First Amendment, there are certain things that are not protected against the First Amendment, right?
right.
And inciting violence is one of those things, right? And I can go down a rabbit hole of things that are not protected. But to be fair, if you look and listen to what he's saying, is he truly inciting violence, or is he just supporting it? Is he putting a battery in their back and he's saying it's okay?
It's okay.
Mm.
You know, he's justifying. I won't even say justifying. It's like he's like, you know what? And as a parent, now I'm about to sound real hypocritical. As a parent, I tell my kids that some shit is okay that other people may think is not okay. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like there are some things you don't have to fucking share. I don't care. That's your thing. You don't have to share that. No
Right.
matter what somebody feels, and now that has translated to my kids saying that shit like this is mine. No, I'm not sharing this. I don't have to.
Mm.
So the fact that somebody came along and said, if you got hate in your heart, just let it out. If the fact that somebody came along and said that, and everybody was like, you know what, goddamn it, I am angry, and I'm gonna be mad. You know, if you had hate in your heart, he touched in on it. He keyed in on it, and
Use the
even if-
gasoline to that.
even if no matter if you support him or not, that hate in your heart was still awakened.
Mm.
Because your hate for this motherfucker, your hate for somebody else.
Well,
It was
true.
hate, period.
one thing I've noticed is when you look at the news, whether you're looking at CNN or Fox, there's always a few people that try to not hold them accountable on inciting that resurrection. Resurgence? Is it
Insurrection.
Insurrection.
Insurgents.
I'm sorry, my bad. Insurrection. My
It's
fault.
okay.
Insurrection.
It's all
So-
right.
I got you, bro.
I appreciate it.
That's
I
public
appreciate
school
it.
right there.
Mm,
I went to
Started from
public
the
school
bottom.
too, bro. I'm just
Started
talking
from the
shit.
bottom, baby. Started from the bottom. Now
It's
I'm
all
in-
love, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, so a few people will say that he didn't incite people to do what they did. I'm a big Star Wars fan. This guy is like a Jedi. This man knows exactly what to say. This man knows exactly what to say to make himself not to prevent himself being held accountable. Like it's the same way when he was talking to the Georgia the Georgia judge, and he was like, I need you to find me votes. He didn't come out saying like I need you to cheat for me. I need you to make up these numbers, but find those votes for me. Find them for me. They got to be somewhere. Hint, hint.
Yeah,
So it's like
he's a
he
CYA
really
baby.
he's a cover your ass type of person, but also he knows how to choose his words carefully, where he's not incriminating himself.
Hmm.
And to a degree, I mean, this guy's been doing it for so long. It
He's
makes
a
you
natural.
wonder- right? He's a natural with it.
That's the
A natural
Don, baby. It's the Don.
Don the
Motherfucker,
Con.
They forgot who the fuck Donald Trump was. That's what happened. Because everything was cool till he was leader of the free world. Everything was smooth. Motherfuckers, he in all the rap songs, this nigga taking pictures with everybody. Everything was cool.
Right.
Then he become leader of the free world. And they're like, oh, okay, you cool to party with and shit, but I don't think I need you lead me in another. You know, you cool to kick it with, but all that other shit.
Right.
Like, man, it's some bullshit, dog. It really is. And I hopefully I got a lot of hope for this next 4 years, this transition into this next 4 years. Again, one big thing, for those who are just viewing is we're big on transitions, right? We're big on, stepping up to that next level. All positivity, right? We always looking forward to optimism, baby, optimism, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking really forward to this inauguration. I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying, Joe and you know, Miss Harris bring some things in. You know, hopefully things change. You know, if not, you know,
Back to the drawing board.
back to the drawing board. What we gonna do?
That's right.
But you know, enough of this shit. You know, enough of the politics. Let's get into some funny shit, right?
Mm.
So speaking of these reckless bastards that just decided to rush the Capitol, you know, I know we've all had some reckless times in our life, right? You know, everybody. I don't give a fuck how safe you've been. There's always been one or two or 16, 17 in my case, you know what I'm saying, of reckless activities you've engaged in coming up. So anybody want to tell us one of these some reckless shit? Or do you want me to open up? Because I could open up.
Go for it.
Yo, you can go ahead. I'm still digging in. I'm still digging for something really good right now. I got so many.
All right. Well, coming up, I was not a kid that got into a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I was privileged, you know, and the fact that like I had everything I wanted, bro. You know, all the new video games, whatever the fuck I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really big into the fashion. Fashion ain't never been my kick. You know what I'm saying? It's more personality for me. You know what I'm saying? So fashion ain't never been my kick. So I wasn't cool, you know, big on the kicks and shit. I had a few here and there, but irregardless of the fact, I stayed out of trouble for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all learned last episode, I started smoking at a very young age. You know, 12 years old, we was already twisting up and lighting joints. All right. So into high school, you know what I'm saying? It was more of an everyday thing for me. I still did good in high school. You know what I'm saying? I went to class most of the time. You know, I stayed out of trouble. And oh man, it's crazy. I'm even telling y'all this. I don't even know y'all for real. All of these people about to learn all of this shit, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It gives you insight into who I am, right? Um, I love, you know what I'm saying, my grandfather. That is my dog, right? That is my guy. That's my hero. And for some he had to go to the hospital, right? Because he an older gentleman. It's my grandfather, right? He had to have a procedure done. And I was learning how to drive, right? I was in the process. I had been driving home from school, and my pops would come pick me up. I'd drive his truck home. You know what I'm saying? Gramps would let me drive to school in the morning. Like I was about to get my license type deal. Like I was pushing the wheel.
He was whipping it.
And I had been there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I had been driving for a minute, right? Like I drove all through the winter. I started learning how to drive in the wintertime, thanks to Pops and that four-wheel drive. So now we in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? So I've been driving for a minute. Your boy nice behind the wheel. And this man went to go have an operation. You want to talk about some slime ball shit? I took his truck. I was taking his truck and just driving. I take that motherfucker to the stove, come back. Like it was like I seized the opportunity as a young and reckless kid. You know what I'm saying? So one night we out. I got the truck. You know what I'm saying? I got me a little weed to smoke. Went and picked up my dogs. Went and picked up my bros. You know what I'm saying? We smoked. And we went someplace else to smoke. And we went to this smoking spot where we always used to go. You know what I'm saying? We smoked a lot, bro. Like I was out late night just smoking, just chilling, shooting the shit, rapping. You know what I'm saying? Just laughing. You know what I'm saying? You know what that was developed at? It was developed at one of them smoke sessions back when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So we out there, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget. I was playing Back for the First Time, Ludacris, right? That's the first album I ever bought.
Word of
My
mouth?
favorite, one of my Word of Mouth. No, it was Back for the First Time. It was the one before Word of Mouth.
Okay.
The first one, right? And it's the song on the UGK, Ludacris, stick 'em up, bitch, stick 'em up. I'm in the car, hype, we rolling, you know what I'm saying? We smoking this, we chilling. Late night, I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And we sitting there, parked out, and then we see some headlights hit the fucking building in front of us. Boom, hit the building in front of us. And, you know, my brothers, RIP to my dog, you know what I'm saying? Fly high, my dog. Love you, bro. When the lights hit, I turned the engine. Like I went to kick the engine on. He was like, it's too late now. It's too late now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only one way into the spot where we chilling at. And who is it?
It's
Everybody
boys.
knows. Everybody knows.
One time.
One time.
Jesus, it's the fuzz. I was about to But I wasn't gonna be able to do that shit in that pickup truck, dog. Like I wasn't that nice. So and it wasn't worth it, right? So boom, we sitting there chilling, and they put the bright lights on us, and the music still going. Stick 'em up, stick 'em up. And he looked at me. He was like, "Dog, do you really think now is the best time for this fucking song?"
Right.
Yo. Oh
So I
god.
turned the music
Talk
off. I
about
turned the
timing.
music off. It's and like right when they pulled up, it starts to rain. It was crazy. It starts raining.
Yo.
So I'm out here with no license. I'm underage. We smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? We might have had like a dime on us. Like it was all bad, right? And luckily we had just put the blunt out. We just flicked it. And yeah, man. So the police officers, they throw me in the back of the car. They talking to my dog on the side because he was the only one that was of legal age. The other one, he was too young, way too young to be out with us. You know what I'm saying? So they end up giving this nigga a ride home. So it's me and the police officer. He told my dog, like, look, you can drive the truck back. He let us off. We got off. We got off smooth. None of us had a record. None of us have a criminal record. You know what I'm saying? So it was a scare tactic throwing me in the back of the car, let me sweat for fucking 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I ain't had no record. You know, he gonna fry me over this. Come on, baby. It's me we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, he told my dog he can drive the truck back. He drive the truck back. We go in the house. Mind you, it was raining. This motherfucker was walking through the mud. We get back to the house. As soon as we come through the house, because he obviously wanted to talk to an adult about this. So I gotta come home 2 o'clock in the morning with the police, dripping the fuck wet, like I've been standing outside forever. I tell this bastard to stand by the door, and he tracks his muddy ass boots all the way through the fucking house, loud as hell. Hello, I'm like, Rama. She come
Wow.
downstairs with that face. She was pissed, and he told her what happened. Well, I told her what happened, and dude left. You know what I'm saying? No big deal, no ticket, no. I think I might have got a seatbelt ticket. I think I might have got a seatbelt ticket for it. But I had a job at the time, so you know what I'm saying? What was fucking $50? It is what it is. My grandfather wasn't supposed to come home for another day. I wake up that next morning at 8 o'clock. Who the fuck is in the basement? He didn't tell me he
R.I.P.
was pissed off. He sat me down, bro, and he looked at me. He said, "You know what? This has severely tarnished our relationship. It ain't breaking, but it's severely tarnished. Now get out of my sight." Like just like that. I was
Damn.
like, ooh. And I walked up the stairs with the biggest smile on my face, like, yes, God did it. I thought he was gonna fry my ass. But you know what I'm saying? That's my, you know what I'm saying, young, reckless, dumbass story. And now to this day, that's my dog. That's one of my favorite people in the world, man. I love my granddad to death. That's my guy.
You know what though?
You know.
Like, bro, when parents or guardians, when they give you that, I'm so disappointed in you, our relationship is tarnished.
Yep.
At a certain age, or like depending on how bad it was, like that shit is almost worse than getting the ass whooping, because like it makes you feel like, damn, I really let them down. Shit. Sometimes
I was
like you
expecting so much worse.
That's true.
I was expecting so much worse, bro. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's
No, you
how I looked
good.
at it. When he said that I got to go upstairs without this man yoking me up. I was like, thank you. Thank you. TARDIS, you could clean that shit. It'll come off.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Little Coca-Cola, that should come right out.
Where yo, so when I was in Florida, man, I definitely had a younger reckless moment. So it was 2000, I want to say it was like 2011, early 2011, down in Florida. Me and my boy Z, that's like my day one. You know, first got in the military. He put me under his wing, and he always looked out for me. So we always been close since. So anyway, I come back from my deployment, 2000 like 2010, 2011. My boy Zeke comes back from his deployment, so like a couple months apart, and he got his rental car. I got my brand new car. I got a Charger. So we're on A1A. For people who are in Florida, like y'all, or that's been in Florida, y'all know what A1A is. Straight road that goes all the way down pretty much the entire east coast of Florida. So we're driving, I want to say a good 10 miles down A1A, and we're racing. So it's like I think it's like midnight, so there's no one on A1A at all. We're just zipping right through, going like at least 40 miles over the speed limit.
Mm.
Zeke passes me, and I saw blue cop lights behind me, so I had to pull over. Zeke took off, like they weren't gonna catch him, so I pulled over, and it was one car, a sergeant, and then there was a guy that he was training. So they come on both sides of my car and they ask me for my license registration. They also asked me questions like, why you driving so fast, blah 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 blah. Blah. But they were pissed. You could tell by their demeanor, like they were really pissed off. So I'm thinking the worst is gonna happen to me. They take my shit, they go back to their car, and I'm just sitting there chilling, waiting, and then like for anyone that knows about Chargers, like the windows are like mad short compared to like other sedan cars. So I'm looking in my periphery and I could see something coming down my window. I didn't know what it was until I looked. I swear to God, it was a fucking spider. Last episode, I told y'all I don't fuck with spiders. There was a spider that came down, bro. That shit was like maybe like that big, yay big, right? Nah, I'm tripping. Like maybe like that big. That shit was brownish and red, and I'd never seen anything like that before. I scream, kick the door open, ah, and then I'm running. I'm running. I'm screaming, and then the cops get out the car, and one got a taser drawn to me, and the other one got his firearm
my God.
aimed at me. Get on the fucking ground. You ain't gotta tell me twice, fam. I get on the ground, put my arms behind my back. I did everything, bro. And I did a QC. Well, that's a whole nother story. We ain't gonna talk about QCs, but anyway, um, I assumed the position, and one guy comes on top of me, cussed me, and I told the guy like, look, I wasn't trying to run away. There's a big ass spider in my car, and I don't fuck with spiders. I'm not going in that car, so you can take me in your car if you want, but I wasn't trying to run away. The guy, which was the guy that was being trained, the rookie, he goes and searches my car. So he's searching. His head is like in between the bottom of the steering wheel and the driver's seat. The driver's seat. So next thing I know, I hear him scream. He 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 tried to like jerks his head up and he hits the bottom of the steering wheel. So now he fucked his neck up. He come back to me like, hey man, I forget the other officer's name. He's like, hey man, there's a big ass Spider-Man. That shit big as shit. I don't know where it went. So they took the cuffs off, and they took the cuffs off. They're like, listen, this is embarrassing for both of us. So we're gonna let you go with the warning, and don't let it happen again. Please drive safe. If we catch you again tonight, you're going to jail. Say no more. I appreciate it. And before they took off, I had a fucking Galaxy Note, I think. So I put on the big ass you know how big a Galaxy Note is? That fucking flashlight was strong as shit. So I'm like searching this shit like, oh shit, where the fuck this motherfucker at? Couldn't find him at all, bro. But like, man, that's pretty much the end of it, bro. But like that was scary as fuck. Another spider story, bro. I'm telling you, I don't fuck with spiders. There's too many situations like that where like it's too much of a close call. I could have got killed by a spider, or I could have got shot by cops.
It's evident that you and spiders don't fuck with each other. That is evident, and they like fucking with you. I don't know why.
Though? You know what? Hindsight though, that spider saved my life in a way, because let's say I would have jumped out, and they didn't see the spider, I could have like that whole situation could have gone left real fast.
Facts.
So
the fact that you got back in that car without finding out where the fuck the spider went,
dog.
There's somebody who ain't that scared of spiders looking at this like, shit, I'd have had to find that motherfucker before I drove off.
Also keep in mind, we're in Florida, so it's never like the mosquitoes at nighttime are relentless. They're like fucking helicopters, like Black Hawk, scooping niggas up. Like the blood bank, aerial blood bank, niggas scooping niggas up. You never see them again. So it's either getting sucked. It's either being a Capri Sun to a mosquito, or potentially getting bitten by a spider.
Get superpowers.
All right, so when we talk about young and reckless, right? There was a time where I was living in Italy, right? My boy decided, he was like, "Yo, let's drive up to Rome. You, me, a couple of fellas, and let's get a car rental. Let's go up there and like just have a good time, right?" I was like, "All right, let's do it." So my boy was the only one that could really like drive stick, and the car rental place was only offering a stick shift, but he wasn't that good at it, right? He gets the car, we're good to go, And as we're going up, he's having issues. You know, it's a push to start, stick shift. He's fucking with it. So he gets okay at it, right? We finally get up to room. He pulls up to the spot. So we pull into the spot. We go in, right? There's not that many brothers out there, unless you're African, but there's not that many Americans out there. So we get into the club. The music is lit. It's like a giant pool in the center. It was like a spot was called like the Black Garden, right? We having a good time. Shit was dope. So after about an hour and some change, I was like, yo, where's so and so? They was like, yo, I haven't seen him. So I found everybody and I could not find my boy, right? So I come outside and I see this man in a tank top, right? And I'm like, and he's upset. He's flustered. He's walking back and forth. He's mad. I'm like, so I come out. I'm like, yo, what's up? He was like, yo, I got jumped. Somebody jumped me. I was like, what do you mean somebody jumped me? He's like, yo, there was 5 dudes. They came up to me. I was chilling with this girl. They jumped me and homeboy took my shirt. So I was like, what? He's like, yes. So he's like, yo, when he comes outside, I'm fucking him up on sight. I was like, all right, you ain't got to tell me twice. I was like, what does he look like? He's like, yo, this dude is 6'2", 6'4", big dude. And the rest of his boys is about the same. So I'm looking at him like, bruh, really? My man's at the time, he must have been like 5'4", bro. He was short, but he was stocky. He was a bodybuilder. So he's sitting there, he's fuming. I was like, yo, calm down, relax. I'm gonna go take a piss in the bushes. I'll be back. But I kept asking him, what does this guy look like? He's like, yo, he has my shirt. He has my shirt. So I think I'm the only person that remember what kind of shirt. He had like a red tight muscle shirt on. And I go to the bushes, I come back, and he's like, yo, there he goes. So this man, right, the dude that jumped him, him and his boys jumped him for talking to his girl. The ringleader or the boyfriend took off this man's shirt, right, and put this bitch on.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, bro. Mind you, my boy is like 5'4", extra small. This motherfucker's like 6'4", 260, right? And the
whole
shirt,
foot.
bro,
Like a whole belly button out.
the shit is stretchy. Like you could tell. I don't know what type of shit he was on, bro, but that was like the most disrespectful shit I ever seen a motherfucker do. You beat me up or jump me, and then you take my shirt and put it on, and then go into the club.
Damn.
Come on. So I'm the only person that notices, right? Because I'm like, yo, I remember what he had on. So I take off my belt, right? I see him getting hyped. The bouncer's like, what's going on? I wrap my hand in my belt, right? I'm in the corner. I see old boy come out. My boy squares up with him. I run. I jump. And when I tell you, I cock back and I hit this man with everything I had, bro. I'm talking about I was trying to take this motherfucker's ancestors' jaw off, right? And I hit this dude. This motherfucker stumbles, right? He stumbles. He touches the ground. He comes back up and he goes, and I'm like, yo, it's a wrap. I'm done. So I'm getting ready to square with this dude, right? My boy's like, there you go. There you go. I'm getting ready to square with him. This fucking fat ass bouncer, bro, puts me in a headlock. So now I'm like this. I'm like, yo, let me go. Let me go. He won't let me go. And I can't even breathe. And the bouncer had me, bro. The dude starts walking towards me. He's getting ready to fuck my whole shit up. And I'm stuck like, yo, I can't breathe. Let me go. So my boy, right, 5'4", came out of nowhere and starts trying to scrap with the dude. So they throwing hands. Oh, God. This motherfucker Spartan kicks him into a bunch of scooters. So in Italy, I don't know if you know, right? Remember, he's like 5'4", bro. That's all I remember. So he Spartan kicks this dude, right? After he kicks this dude.
Your boy gets Spartan kick?
Spartan kick. I'm talking square in the chest, bro.
That nigga
Spartan
flew back
kick.
like Rick James.
Yo, that's what I was thinking, bro. When he flew on the dresser.
I'm telling you, when he hit the scooters, bro, it was a wrap. So in Italy, for those that do not know, like a lot of people at the time, they ride scooters to the party. So when he hit the scooters and he fell back, all the scooters fell down. So now all I hear is a bunch of people coming out the club and they're like screaming like, hey, they're yelling at us and shit. And then I'm still in his headlock, right? I'm like, fuck. So my other man pushes the bouncer. He lets go. I was like, thank God. And then after that, they start squaring a little bit, and then the dudes disappear. I don't know what happened. The bouncers came, dudes disappear. So we run to the car, right? My man's is upset. He's pissed, right? So I was like, yo, let's just go. I got it for you. He's like, and I don't know. I know he was mad at the time, but he's like, yo, you the only real one. You the only real one. Nobody else did nothing. You the only real one. I was like, bro, chill. Just relax, bro. I just relax. And he was just like, fuck that. So he's like, yo, let's go. So we get in the car. We driving out, right? Now, remember all those scooters that we knocked down? People are coming out and they're picking these bitches up and they are upset, right? They're fuming. So as we're driving out, I'm in the front seat. My man's is in the driver's seat. And we're missing one person, the other two boys in the back. So we're talking. The next thing I know, the people are exiting and they're walking on both sides of the car as we're driving out. So as I'm looking, I look over and I do a double glance. I'm like, yo, that's man's right there. He looked at me, made eye contact, and then he goes to open up the back door. So as he opens up the back passenger side door, my boy kicks him like, yo, get the fuck out of here, and then closes the door. So now we drive out, we're onto the street, we're turning. My man's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to fight this dude. So he puts the car in park. I'm like, bro, let's just go. We're already out. Let's go. He's like, nah, fuck that. He opens the door, puts the car in park, and then they start swinging at each other, right? He swing. Him and the dude going at it. Mind you, it's like Frieza and Goku. The height difference is insane, bro. They going at it. He gets back in the car. Old boy didn't have enough. So then he opens the door, drags him out again. They start fighting again. Meanwhile, I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Then his mans start coming down the hill, right? And all the people, all those scooters we knocked down, they start coming down the hill.
Oh,
we started getting bricks thrown at the car, boots, brushes. They was fucking that car up, right? So after they do this song and dance for a few minutes, they keep fighting. Finally, I'm like, yo, let's go. Now he's trying to leave. He can't get the car to start. Let me tell you why. It's fucking push to start, stick shift. So in order to get that bitch going, bro, you got to have both feet on the pedals and you got to put that bitch in drive. And he's struggling, right? So he's trying to get it to go. The car's not moving. The guy keeps opening the door. And I'm like, bro, lock the fucking door so he can stop pulling you outside the car. And this dude is like, fuck that.
Just
and he
press
pops
lock.
out. And he's still going at it, bro. So I'm like, bro, fuck this. So finally, I'm pushing the button for him, right? He finally, he's getting the car in neutral, right? He's flooring that bitch up. He gets the car to start. I'm like, yes, let's get the fuck out of here, right? As soon as he gets that car to go, the dude, the main dude, right? We'll just call him fucking 6'4", right? He opens the back door, right? And as he opens the back door, he notices the car's about to go. So he jumps in between. Like let's say this is the door, he jumps in between, he's hanging on now, right? So now my boy takes off, burp, and we're driving, right? With this man in between the back side, the back passenger, right? And then like one boy got his leg, my other boy's punching him in the nuts as my man's is driving, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And I was like, yo, hell. He's like, fuck that. And a car's coming at us, and it's a narrow street, right? I'm like, yo, chill. And he's flooring it, bro. You feel the car. That shit is going up. And this car is playing chicken. They're not stopping, bro. And he's going. He's like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I was like, yo, chill. And the next thing I know, at the last second, bro, he moves the car over and the other oncoming car hits the door where this dude was at, right? So remember, I told you he was in between it. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's gone. He cut him in half, right? I know they hit that door. When I look back, homie's still good to go, hanging on. So they're still punching him in the nuts. They're still punching him in the leg. And I'm like, yo, kick this motherfucker out the car, bro. So my man does a turn. He's coming out the alleyway. He must have hit that turn at 60. Cannot make this shit up. He hits the turn at 60. I say, yo, kick this motherfucker out the car. My man goes like this. He hits to both sides, and then he kicks this motherfucker straight out the car. Y'all seen The Lion King, right?
Yeah.
You know how Scar did Mufasa?
Yeah.
This man flew back.
Long live the king.
Bro, he felt in slow motion. And when he hit the ground, bro, he rolled, right? Damn. And my man stopped the car. We all stopped. I look at him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I look back. This dude stands up and limps he's limping to the other side of the street, bro. All his boys run up to him. And then they go wait at the bus stop. The man's just waiting there. And I'm like, bro, we got to leave. Guess what this motherfucker tells me?
What's that?
Fuck that. I'm going back. I forgot my phone. Yo.
What?
And he went back, bro. He literally
He
pulled
went
up.
back?
He went back, and we pulled up. The cops was there and everything. They wasn't even doing nothing. So what I found out later, the cops were sitting there watching us go at it. Right, the cops were sitting there watching them throw boots and bricks and all types of shit at the car. Didn't do anything, bro. They was like, "Fuck it, let him be." And when we pulled up, when he was scuffling with this dude, right, he realized he drove over his phone. Insane, bro. Talk about young and fucking reckless.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
At
Crazy.
the end of that, I thought when dude got up, he would start walking towards the car like the Terminator. I was like, what the fuck? That motherfucker's Jason, bro.
Yo,
Kate Kelly, Michael Myers.
Yo,
oh no, man. I never see a motherfucker get kicked out of a moving car
bro, when you
and
said
walk about it. You know what I'm saying?
He was like a super soldier.
Facts.
bro, when you said that when you said that he had to go back, he wanted to go back and get his phone. I just pictured him like going there when the cops there, and he's just like, "Excuse me, officer. I'm just trying to grab my phone. My phone's right there. Can you just grab that for me? All right, appreciate it,
Bro,
Kick it over here. Kick it over.
Yo,
Thank you.
Go ahead,
Appreciate
toss it to me. I got hands.
that shit is nuts, bro. I'll tell you. And that dude was an African cat, man. Them motherfuckers built different, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, they built different.
no fear.
Facts.
shit.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Since we already talking about like clubs being young and reckless, bro. Have I ever told you? All right, so I tried Molly once. That's like the wildest thing that I ever done. Like I only smoke weed. Like that's the furthest I go. So my 24th birthday, I figured, you know what, instead of doing like the regular shit like smoking, drinking, I tried something a little different. So my boy was like, my roommate at the time, he wanted to give me like half of a Molly. So he gave me half the Molly. We in Orlando. We had like downtown Orlando for my birthday. And we was going to some club. I don't remember the name of it, but she was popping. He told me, take this half pill and carry this long ass like torpedo bottle of water. So I'm walking around the club with like a big ass torpedo bottle of water, looking goofy as shit. And I just remember when I took the shit, I said like 10 minutes in, I'm starting to feel it. Now we in like an EDM club, so it's like
Getting it,
bro. When the Molly kicked in, I felt the vibration of the beat. Like I know that shit sound crazy, or like it's kind of like what people it's like what people experience in like movies, or like how they illustrate a drug being affecting you. Anyway, I felt the vibration of the music, and everything kind of slowed down. Now I'm not jumping, and I'm in the middle of the dance floor. I'm not jumping and pump fist pumping to the music. I'm literally trying to grasp myself because I've never felt this feeling before. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Now I'm like I said before, I'm in the middle of the dance floor. Everyone's jumping. I'm not moving. I'm just standing still, staring at the DJ. He's the only nigga on the stage. Out of nowhere, a nigga dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog comes on stage with some Air Jordan 13s on. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on here? So I'm asking myself, am I the only nigga that sees Sonic the Hedgehog like pop locking on stage? And I'm looking around and people are still like, and I'm just like, okay, snap out of it, real. Yo, snap out of it. Come on, Free, get it together. And then next thing I know, Chester the Cheetah comes on stage right after.
Oh my god.
Chester the Cheetah goes like, it's like
Yo,
Chester,
my man's over here tweaking his shit.
He came moonwalking out.
Bro, he was doing some b-boy shit. So it's like Chester the Cheetah doing b-boy and Sonic the Hedgehog and Air Jordan 13s on pop locking. And the DJ is just like, doing this little mixing and shit. And he's just like doing this to the crowd. Everyone's going crazy. And I'm the only one like saying to myself, y'all don't see this shit on stage? How do y'all not notice Sonic the Hedgehog and Chester jamming out? And fast forward, I can't remember what happened. Like I don't even know how we got out the club, but I just remember waking up in my hotel room. I hit up my roommate and I'm like, yo, do you remember that shit that happened yesterday? He was like, no, which part? Sonic the Hedgehog and Chester the Cheetah dancing on stage? No, I don't remember that. I'm like, bro. Now you making me feel like I'm crazy. So like the girl that he was with, she was like, "Yo, I saw that shit. I thought I was the only one that saw that shit, nigga. I was on the balcony. I'm like, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't fucking crazy." but
Yo,
but you know, after I like, you know, that next morning, I said to myself, I'm not taking Molly no more, man. That shit's too extreme. Like, nah, I ain't trying to see like fucking random fucking characters. I don't know. That shit just maybe it was like the right time. Me taking Molly and like someone had decided to be, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog for Coldplay. I don't know, but that was yeah, that was one of my younger reckless moments. Don't do Molly, kids. Don't do drugs.
Stay away from drugs, kids.
Crack is
Stay
whack.
away from drugs. Just say no.
There you go.
What's so hard about that? Shout out to the GOAT, man. Shout out to the GOAT.
oh shit.
Word.
Yeah, see, you know, I got a few. I got a lot of drug stories, man. I really do. But I ain't gonna hop into those. I'm not gonna hop into those. It's
We go
most
gradually.
of my reckless moments.
Yeah.
We gotta spoon feed these type of shit to y'all. I can't give you everything. I can't give you everything. You can get just a taste. God damn it.
Yo.
But yeah, man.
So I got another one. This one's like some shit that I started, right? I almost died this night. And I actually had to connect with some real people on this because I almost got myself killed over this dumb shit. So again, I'm in fucking Italy, right? I don't know what it was with Italy and me getting into fucking brawls, but this was it. So
that energy was different over there.
It was, man. It was
air different.
Air, water, all that shit. Like they just, I don't know, man. I think like when I was out there, the vibe was like they had like a jumping mentality, if that makes sense. Like they don't fight you one-on-one, bro. They mob on you, and that's the type of shit it was. But the people I was with, we was like family, bro. We wasn't taking that sitting down. You know what I'm saying? So, and another thing is like we're American, we're brothers. You know, for the most part, all of us, you know, handsome, well kept. So they felt like we was a threat, man. They felt like we was a whole threat. So I remember we was at this club. It was actually like one of the best clubs to go to where we lived at. So I'm at this, we went out this night. It was like, you know what, let's just go have a good time. We drive out there. Now I had this fucking dope ass BMW, bro. I put so much money into this BMW. That was like my first car, my pride and joy. And we drive out to the club, and you know, we see people that we know that like this motherfucker's here again, right? Pull into the spot, park the whip, people's come out, everybody looking, you know, on point, got their A game. We go into the club. It's kind of dead, right? As the night progresses, people coming in. It's dope. So I remember I was like, yo, I'm gonna slide off to the bathroom real quick. So I use the bathroom. A couple minutes after that, my man comes in behind me. He's like, yo, I use the bathroom too. And then he goes into the stall. And the bathroom's kind of tight, and I'm in a urinal. So these two dudes walking behind me, right? And they kind of just like squaring up behind me. Like dudes is just like that. And I turn around and he's in my face. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm like, back up. And then he's like doing this in my face. So I was like, yo, my man's back up. So I pushed him, and then he gets ready to fight. So I had a knife on me. I'm not even gonna lie, right? I pulled this bitch out, right? I pulled the knife out. And after I clicked it, my man's comes out. And he's like, here's the knife. Here's the dude. My man's coming out. He's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So he separates us. The two dudes kind of back off. And he was like, yo, we good? And then the dude was like, yo, we good. And then I was like, all right. He's like, yo, put that shit away. So I was like, you right. I don't know what was going on. And I wasn't going to stay in here long enough to find out because I know how they get down. So he's like, yo, bro, that was crazy. You shouldn't be doing shit like that. I was like, you right. My bad. So I go to the bar. We're chilling, right? I'm sitting there. Or I'm standing there, actually. Chilling, minding my business. The next thing I know, somebody sucker punches the fuck out of me, right? Boom. So I catch it and I was like, what the fuck was that? It was soft. Like baby shit soft. He hit me so soft. I was like, what was that? I thought it was my homie playing around. So I turned and it's the dude like this. And I'm like, yo, what? So before I could even do anything, bro, I remember I was squaring up and somebody grabbed me and they tossed me. Like they was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And we was with this one of our homegirls. She was short, bro. Must have been like 4'11", right? Thick country girl. She came up. He didn't even see the shit coming. She came up, grabbed Shorty, right? Picked him up and body slammed him on his neck. And when I tell you she did this shit in the heels, bro, no cap. She threw this motherfucker on his neck, and then the whole club erupted. Because after that, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So they just start fighting. And before I can get back in, the same person that grabbed me was like, yo, go get the fucking car. Get the car, get out and get the car. They want you. So I'm like, all right. So I run out to the car, right? Start the car, move that bitch outside the compound. We was in a compound. So after I get outside the compound, put that bitch in park, and then I run back inside. As I'm running back inside, everything is erupting out into the parking lot. So people are just fighting, they're swinging. I see my people's fighting. They fighting like 5-on-1, and they are, when I tell you, they giving them the business, bro. They're giving them the business. So as I'm coming out, I see my man's right now. He's a pretty big dude, bro. He's pushing at the time, maybe like 240 solid, 6'4" solid. Him and a bouncer are going at it. The bouncer's pushing like 300, and they like in each other's faces. So I'm like, yo, that's not gonna happen. So I go over there and try to break it up. They not stopping, bro. And I'm like, fuck it. Let the two rhinos fight, because the motherfuckers huge, right? They getting at it. They going to work. And then I see my man's, he's getting jumped, but he's like, when I say this man's handling his business, bro, handling his business. So again, I'm trying to get in there, and eventually I was like, bro, we're not gonna make it. So I'm trying to, even though I started most of this shit, I'm like, let's get the fuck up out of here. So as I said, yo, we gotta go, right? The next thing I know, they start closing the gates, right? They trying to lock us in so the police could come, and we all get hemmed up. So as they're locking the gates, I'm like, yo, let's go. The car is outside. Let's go. So we all move our way outside the compound. The dudes kind of back off. I know my homegirl was giving them the business. And then finally we get into the car, right? Everybody's mad at me, right? Everybody's mad at me like, yo, where the fuck was you? And why you started this shit? I was like, yo, my bad, bro. I'm sorry. He's like, why you had to pull a knife on this dude, man? And they yelling at me, bro. We started driving, and as we were speeding off, a car is following us, right? So as I'm driving, I'm like, yo, what's going on with the car? So apparently, right, after I had parked the car outside the compound, two of the dudes went and slashed my tires, right?
Oh, no,
yes,
petty
bro.
bitches.
So they knew it was my shit, bro. I think they popped the front one and the back one. So as we're driving, I'm like, fuck. And then they're following us, honking the horn, throwing shit. He was like, yo, stop this car right now. My man's like, stop the car. I'm gonna violate them. Stop the car. I was like, nah, bro. We gotta get home. He's like, fuck that. Fuck getting home. I want all of it. I want every last bit of smoke. Stop the car. So I finally pull over, right? They stopped following us. Our people who was with, they pulled over. And then we changed the tires out. Nobody follows us. So of course, bro, as being the youngest, I was lectured. And I tell you, that was all I needed for my friends and my family to be like, what the fuck were you doing? And it was my fault, man. And then I felt bad because I started all this shit, and I didn't hit not one person, bro. Not a soul. But I could tell you what, if I didn't get that car out of there that night, and I didn't get it outside the compound, I probably wouldn't be sitting here telling you. That would have been a fucking international incident, bro. So, you know, I learned my lesson, bro. After that, I was chill. And then apparently, like a week had passed, and it got around. The dude was affiliated with the mob, right? And I knew some people that was in the mob too. Yes, it got deep. So I got pulled aside, and somebody was like, yo, I heard you had an incident at a club. I was like, how the fuck do you know? And he was like, trust me, I know. Apparently that's the nephew of somebody or something. Ooh. And I was like, look, it was a misunderstanding. He's like, what happened? And I told the dude, I was like, yo, this is what happened. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna smooth it over, but you gotta chill. And you can't go back there again. I was like, you got it.
So why the fuck did they come in the bathroom in the first place on that new booty shit? Like they just come in and just stand behind you like, yeah, like my
bro. And why was he doing this?
I watched you when you walked in,
bro. I don't know. To this day, I don't know.
I would have pulled my blade too. Like shit, somebody about to get poked at this bitch. It ain't gonna be me, goddamn.
He was in my face, bro. He was in my face. He was like, I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? And I know, like when we go out, like I said, we go out. We show out. We don't really, we chill. You know what I'm saying? And it was on some, like, I think it was on some hating shit. But when he was in my face, I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And I pushed him. And once I pushed him, they was getting ready we was about to get scrapping. But I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not in the mood to sit here and fuck around both of y'all clowns. I pulled that bitch. I was like, so what's up? And as soon as I said that, my man came out the bathroom. He's like, yo, out the stall, actually. He's like, what the fuck are you, what's going on? He thought he smoothed it over, but homie was out for blood that night.
Yeah, I think he was already looking for a fight, and you just so happened to be there.
But I think the most embarrassing thing is that he got bodied by a chick that was 4'11" in heels.
That's
I'm
the
talking about
highlight. That's
when
the
she threw
highlight.
him on his neck, bro. Her ass jiggle, everything was jiggling, bro. I was like, oh. Yo, she was thick, bro, but she was getting busy, bro. She was in there swinging, and like they would not initially the first time they would not let me fight because I tried to go back in and he's like, bro, the dude, I forgot this man, but he went out that night with us, and it's the first time he ever chilling with this dude, and he was like, yo, they want you, get the car, go start the car, get the car, let's go. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I listened to him, and I'm happy I did because everybody else, they know my car. They wasn't watching nobody else's car. So everybody else was able to get out of there before the cops came. And I could tell you what, one thing about loyalty, not a soul said a word, bro. Not a soul said a word. So as to how they found out, you know, the other dude I know that was a part of the mob and shit, I don't know. But everybody I was with that night, solid. Nobody said nothing. To this day, nobody knows that shit happened.
Respect for
Telling the
that.
world.
Respect
Yep.
on that, man.
That's hard to come by nowadays too, boy.
Big
Facts.
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 Motherfucker got to brag about everything. They got to tell everything to everybody.
I think
Yeah.
that shit is funny that the highlight of that whole story is 411 girl. She pulled a highlight.
Yo.
Top
Sports
10
in the moment.
ass. She
Fact,
top 10
bro.
his ass. Damn.
Yo. She could
How do
fight, man.
Yeah, man. For anyone, yeah. How tall was old dude? He was
He
6'0"?
was no. So that dude, he wasn't that tall. Probably like a little shorter than me, like 5'7".
Don't matter.
But,
Don't matter.
yeah.
She still bodied him. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you for that guy, bro? You got to sleep at night knowing that a 411 lady scooped your
Violated
ass
you.
up and dumped your ass on the ground.
You know how you hit a motherfucker with the with two hands and then you
Yeah.
bro. That's how
When
she did him.
She hit that man with that grown man. She did. Put the paws on his ass.
Facts.
Did a cartwheel with your ass. Just
Mhm.
it just start tumbling.
Judo flip this motherfucker.
In heels, bro. In heels.
Ew.
Can't make
impressive.
this shit up.
That's impressive.
That is
Facts.
impressive.
Just like a
Hell yeah.
character on a fighting game.
She like Halle Berry off John Wick.
I don't know, man. Halle Berry ain't really. She wasn't really stacked like that. You know what I'm saying?
She was dropping bodies though.
This
Yeah.
bitch was like,
She's-
Chun Li.
It was like Chun Li.
You go.
Facts. Shout out to a real one.
Facts, man.
Yeah, man. What the biggest thing to take away from, being young and reckless is to, what I'm saying, get that experience, grow older, and get that knowledge so you don't fuck up again. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. It's all a learning experience.
I mean, it's fun looking back, but like, you also every young and reckless story is gonna have a little bit of like, funny moments, but also it has to be a lesson that you learned out of it. Because I would say those are like it's kind of like get out of jail free cards, because shit could go left so fucking quick and you be all fucked up in the game. So the most important thing is to learn when you go through those young and reckless moments. If you like 30 some years old and you still going through young and reckless moments, you might want to evaluate your life a little bit.
Speaking from experience, okay. All right. Sometimes shit gets out of hand. Sometimes you get a little reckless. All right.
And sometimes
happens.
things out of your control.
But you know what I'm saying? The big thing is being older. When you do these things, don't beat yourself down too much unless you just keep fucking up. But if you get one reckless moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit happens, dog. Like, you'll be all right. You know better, but at the end of the day, some motherfuckers just got some reckless shit coming. You got to call a spade, goddammit. Sometimes it catches up to you. And you got the right one that day, You got the right one.
So I knew this dude, man. Going through high school, I think like I was like, oh, I was fuck with him a little bit. And before we left high school, I remember like I was like, yo, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was an asshole. I'm sorry I used to fuck with you. Like I used to like not really tease him, but I want to say a bully, because I wasn't a bully, but I would crack on him a little bit too much sometimes. And we go back and forth. But you know how you had a motherfucker that just says corny jokes and they're just not funny.
Mm-hmm.
That was him. So it was always bad. But yeah, man. I remember when we left, he was just like, it's cool. We was good. Everything was copacetic. It was good. And a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks ago, I met up with him. We had lunch, we talked, and he told me some shit. And I was like, yo. And he was like, honestly, man, after leaving high school, he's like, I really thought about the way that, you was with me and how you used to treat me. And he's like, thank you. I was like, fuck you thanking me for? He was like, cause if it wasn't for you, I don't think I ever would have had that rough around the edges feel. I don't think I've ever would have learned how cold the world was.
Mm.
And I was just like, wow, was I that bad? He was just like,
Yeah, you were a
yeah,
fucking
man.
asshole.
I know, man. And I was like, I'm sorry. I truly, I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no. Listen, thank you. Cause now I look at things differently and I move differently. And that's kind of thanks to you being a dick. And I was like, wow, man. But you just never know how, how shit affects people too. So, why you being reckless?
Adversity,
Yeah.
adversity adds to character development.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just
I'm
gonna
saying.
say yes. I was just gonna say that hardship builds character for sure. I mean, growing up in high school, I wasn't the popular kid. I wasn't the bully. I was actually the person being bullied, and I'm not trying to like. It's I would just say that those moments that I went through in high school really helped me um look at life the same way as your friends say. Like it gives you a different outlook, because if things are going to be so easy throughout high school, you're going to be completely shell shocked when you get out in the real world, because you're going to ask yourself, damn, why people being such assholes, or damn, I thought that I could trust this person.
Mm,
When you go through this shit in high school, or at a younger age, when it gives you somewhat of a, it's like an life is like an acquired taste.
mm,
So the older you get, the more you get accustomed to it. If you don't get that first taste of real life at a young age, you're gonna be set out back,
mm.
you know, and you're gonna be fucking yourself over in the long run.
Yeah,
So
the way I look at it is, us being here in these current times that we live in, people trying to everything has to have a soft corner on it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody getting no cuts, no edges. Nobody's
right,
getting any scars. You don't want your kids to feel what loss is like. You don't want them to lose. You don't want nobody to be mean to them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a part of coming up is facing that type of shit. Because
yep,
if I hadn't had that adversity when I was a kid with kids, picking on me for, what I'm saying, a crooked eye, big ears, whatever the hell, my big gap, me being bright skinned, I wouldn't be who I am today,
right,
honestly. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because that helped to build up that skin. So you gotta let people suffer sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps to build them up. Not too much. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's
Don't
another
break
thing.
them. Yeah.
You don't want to break them, but we need to be more involved. Is what I'm trying to say. Your kid can get hurt with you standing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got to let them take their bumps and bruises. Because
right.
it's gonna help for them to be who they are as an adult.
Teaches
You
them
got
to
to let them
stand up.
be reckless. You got to let them be reckless at times,
Yeah.
especially if you got a good kid.
Right.
You got a good kid who ain't up to much. If they fuck up every once in a while, like, you
It's
know,
all good. Yeah.
you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
That's how they learn, man.
That's how
That's
you
how they learn.
learn. That's how you learn.
That's the best way. Life
So
is the best teacher.
I'm gonna tell
Facts.
you, I got this is probably my last crazy reckless story, and I'm gonna say my mom's probably gonna kill me when she hear this shit. But I'm sorry. So I'm coming clean on something. Yeah. So the feds is listening. If I'm not here next week, you know why.
It's all right. Because mom's going to be watching, goddamn.
Right.
Shout out to
So,
moms. Appreciate you, moms, for all your love and support.
Mom
yo,
Dukes.
let me tell y'all, man. So in high school, again, right? Um, you know how we had like senior prank day?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever had senior prank day, but for
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
reason, bro, my senior year, I was like, I want to do it big. I want to fucking go all out. And I said, I'm gonna do it. And y'all know when I put my mind to something, I fucking do it. So I said, yo, what is gonna top the most craziest senior prank shit ever? Right. And I sat down and I orchestrated and manifested this crazy ass fucking plan. So I created this list of people, right? And on this list, I made a list of all the seniors. I put all their names down, right? And I said, hey, listen, I need money for the senior prank. And they was like, what are you gonna do? And I told them what I was gonna do. And they was like, here's $10. So everybody chipped in. I had a list of who gave me what, and this is what I came up with. So I had like a little certain people that I was using to help orchestrate this, and I would text them at different times. Like, hey, at this time, release the mice. We had white mice who were going to release throughout the school. At this time, I was like, yo, release the birds. And they were going to release the birds at this time. And then and let's say 40 minutes later, I was like, my boy, I don't know why, but he was so fucking stuck on releasing like these panties. I don't know where he got panties from too, but he had a bunch of panties. He threw some oil, ketchup, mustard. I don't know why, bro. And he was going to throw them shits around the school. Whatever. Release them shits at this time. And I was the big bang, right? So I had took the money, right? And I went and I bought a snake, right? And I said, I'm going to release this snake into the school. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, bro. So I go, right? And I had to get up early. So I don't know why, but I was like, listen, I told my moms, listen, if something happens, right? If I get in trouble tomorrow, just know I had to do it. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, yo, just know I had to do it. She's like, what are you talking about? So the whole time she was just like, yo, whatever you're thinking, don't do it. She probably think I'm gonna kill myself. So she's like, yo, whatever you do, whatever you got going on right now, please don't do it. And I was like, I got you. Just know if I get caught up, I love you. So we go, right? Now I had to get up early. So I missed the first half of school. So while I'm texting everybody, they're in the school. The school went to a shutdown. They locked the bathrooms. They locked the everything. Like no one coming in, no one's coming out. Yes, bro. Before I even got to the school. And before I even got there, they were like, yo, where is he? They were looking for me. They're like, yo, he's not here today. There's like, he's not here today. There's like, no, he's not here today. And they were looking everywhere for me. So I run to the pet shop, right? I get the fucking snake. I buy that shit first thing in the morning, put it in a bag, toss it in my book bag, going to the school. People texting me, yo, where you at? The school's in shutdown. No one can go to the hallways. No one can't do shit. I was like, all right, don't worry about it. I got it. So I walk in. As soon as I walk in, I was like, there you go. So one of the security guards was like, hey, listen, you got to go talk to the deans. They got to search your book bag. I'm like, why? She's like, because they do. Now go. So I'm walking, and then the dean, right? It was the dean, I think assistant principal, whatever. He puts his hand on my back, bro, like on my backpack. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm shitting bricks, bro. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, hey, I got to search your bag real quick, and then you can go to class. I was like, okay, no big deal. And he's like, also, get your mom on the phone. I was like, why? Or he's like, get somebody on the phone. And I was like, why? He's like, well, I want to know why you were late this morning. And I was like, okay. So he was so busy with everything else that was going on. I called her, right? Kinda. And then I was just like, hey, yeah, we had an argument, right? She's like, no, put him on the phone. No, we didn't have an argument. I'm going to tell them what you're doing. I know you're doing something. I was like, okay, bye, I love you. And I hung up the phone. He was like, everything cool? I was like, yeah, we good. He's like, all right. And then I like opened my bag. And when I opened my bag, bro, I had like, I never forget this shit. The snake was in a black plastic bag, right? And I had opened it to where you couldn't see it. He's like, all right, you're good. Go ahead and go to class. And bro, I was like, so I'm like, it's a wrap. It's done, baby. My job is done. I get to the classroom. The teacher looks at me, disgusted. I was a badass, bro. He just looked at me. He's like, have a seat. I sit down. Everybody in the class is just like, yo, did he get it? So I slowly open my backpack. I showed him the snake. And then they're like, oh, and then he turns around. He's like, what's going on? And everybody's like, quiet, right? Fucking, I handed off to my homie. I was like, my job is done. So they set it up. As soon as the bell rang, the plan was, we're going to walk in the hallway, right? They're going to flip the bag upside down. The snake is going to fall out. The fucking hallways are going to erupt, right? Best school prank ever. Senior prank ever. So they go, and that's exactly what happens. The bell rings. All of us are transiting through the hallway. They dropped the snake, and the fucking hallways went nuts. I don't think I've ever heard anything as loud as people screaming and standing over this shit like I did, right?
Hysteria.
Crazy, bro. So as they're doing that, the teacher's like, what the fuck's going on? So we had this old country dude, right? He goes and he's like, nobody worry. I was raised on a farm. I have experience with snakes. So this fucking idiot goes to pick up the snake and the shit bites him, bro.
Oh,
the shit. The shit bites him like 2 or 3 times, bro. And then he's like, oh shit. He grabs his hand, his shit's bleeding. I'm like, what a fucking idiot. So I'm sitting there and he's like, fuck. So finally they get the snake, right? And I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh man, this shit is crazy. And it was quiet, right? It was dead quiet. They called security. It was quiet. Now, I can hear the principal marching down the fucking hall, bro. Doom, 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 doom. As he's getting closer, I'm like, oh shit. He burst open the door. He's like, get up, you now. I'm like, okay. We get up, we go downstairs, right? I'm like, oh man, that's it. I'm done. He's like, call the police, call the fucking ambulance, call the fucking fire department. I want everybody here. And he's losing his mind, bro. He is going fucking insane. And then he's like, get your mother on the phone again. So this time I get my mom on the phone. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm really in some shit. Like I fucked up. I'm sorry.
I fucked up.
He's like, I'm telling them everything. After I told her what it was, she's like, I'm telling them the fucking truth. Fuck that. I can't save you. I'm not gonna cover for you. I'm like, please cover for me. They gonna send me to jail. She's like, I don't give a fuck. So finally, bro, again, no one wanted to talk to my mom. So I'm like, did you call your mother? I'm like, yes. And then I hung up the phone and I was like, all right, fuck it. Nobody wants to talk to her. Like, go wait outside. So now my biggest fear, I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are gonna tell on me. They're gonna say that I orchestrated this shit. And as I'm sitting there, the cops come, they're asking questions, right? Nobody said a word. Nobody said a word, bro. Finally, the cops leave and they were like, listen, the snake is not poisonous. It's not a baby python. It's an albino corn snake. He'll be fine. Everything's cool. And they were like, look, we don't have a suspect. Most of these guys are underage anyway. You guys have a nice day. Do what you want with them, right? The cops left. Fire department left, ambulance left, and they were like, yo, go back to class, right? So I'm sitting there, and I'm still waiting for somebody to rap, bro. And they were like, if anybody has any information, let us know. Nobody's walking, nobody's doing nothing, and we're just sitting there. I'm like, yo, if anyone tells, that's it. And then I remembered, like, yo, I got a whole list of people on this list, right? All the seniors, and not a soul said a word, bro. You want to talk about how New Yorkers stick together, bro? Like that no snitching shit is ingrained into our whole existence. Well, for some, but yes, bro. And then, you know what? Scot free, baby. And that is how I fucking topped the craziest prank.
Yo said, I don't know if I should call you Macaulay Culkin or like these fucking pranks that this motherfucker came up. This motherfucker came up with like a mastermind. Like,
yes.
What the
bro, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like they were still finding mice weeks later. Like they were finding dead mice all throughout the school, bro.
See, that was my question. Were there any animals harmed during this prank?
Right.
So they kept the snake, they kept the birds, all the animals we brought, they kept them, and they actually took care of them. The school took care of them, and they made it like a science thing. They was like, fuck it, we already got a snake, might as well keep it. But unfortunately, the mice, I didn't release the mice. I didn't buy the mice, but some of the mice died and the school smelled like death for a couple of weeks. But other than
sacrifices had to be made. Sacrifices had to be made.
Again, I just want to know the snake was perfectly fine, never harmed. No one was really harmed, but their teacher, he's a fucking idiot. No one told him to touch the snake. But other than that, everyone was good. Everything was safe. And of course, I was young and reckless. I'm sorry. I'm
small.
Sorry.
It was a small price to pay.
That's right. What you always say, Free?
It's the price you pay for the game you play, baby.
I know, and that shit was worth it.
Fucking right.
But yeah,
as always, it's hopping into these episodes. You guys coming and kick it with us. It's to possibly inspire some conversations and some memories that you got as well. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to feel a part of this the same way we are. So us checking out here, is Mo.
I'm Free.
And I'm Say.
And remember, every time you gotta say that shit how you feel.
Say how you feel.
Facts. I ain't even gotta say it. I ain't even gotta say it because they already said it. Say how you feel, family.
Say how you feel.
Yeah.
Much love to y'all. Oh.
Peace and much love to you, family.